What I got to do with this movie, I'm Reverend Clinton Hines.
Okay.
And Erica Tizell plays my wife, Vonda Hines, and I lost my daughter. And so I'm going through this grieving period. My faith is challenged, as would anybody's be, but also relationship with my wife. And so we come to the island just for a rest period. And it's so interesting about the island. It was actually Alabama. We played island, and it was really beautiful. But where we stood, and I have to tell you this because it was a thing that happened to everybody, we were standing on the bay where the last slave ship came into the United States in 1860. We were essentially standing on a graveyard. So there's things that were happening with all the healing and process of the film, you know, because it is a story, it is a movie. But there were some other things that happened. So it kind of fed in, not so much into everybody's character, but into our persona of being there. And then Diane being who she was, Diane, the director, Diane Houston, it just took it to a whole nother place. So I think ultimately you'll see some things in the film that were actually kind of cathartic, you know, for everybody that was there. I had a wonderful time. You know, the people in Alabama were great, and the producers, Ginger and everything. But my role was, I think I needed the role more than it needed me. Yeah, it was something for me, and I'm very proud of the work and working with everybody.
Okay, so tell me about some of your upcoming projects.
Well, I honestly, watch this. I play another preacher in Straight Outta Compton.
Okay, wait a minute, do we have a
Wait a minute, right now, of all people. Of all people, I play another minister in Straight Outta Compton. It's a small scene, but it's a good one. I enjoy it. And I have a festival, another film in the festival right now, which is Reset. Aaron Vera is part of that. She was the director, friend of Diane. That's how I got in. You know, I came in the back door, but it's been well for me. Yeah, it's done well for me.
Right. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So, Miss Erica.
Yes.
So tell me about your part in the movie.
In the movie Runaway Island, I play Vonda Hines, who is the first lady of a prominent church in Detroit. And when we meet her, we discover that she and her husband just buried their 6-year-old daughter 6 months prior from complications with pneumonia. And because of what that loss and the level of grief has caused, it's my idea, or I'm encouraged, that we go away just to regroup and try to reconnect with each other.
So what attracted you to the part?
Well, what's interesting is I didn't initially audition for Vonda. I went in for one of the other women, and I was out of town when I got the call, and I fought myself to come back to LA for it. And the thing that brought me back was I had just met the casting director, Kimberly Harden, thank you. And it was a female director, and 15 years in the business, I have never worked with a woman behind the camera. So that was curious to me. I just wanted to see what that looked like. And the original role that I went in for, I had never really been asked to do anything like that. So I thought, well, if that works out, this will be a different story for me to tell. And I joke with Diane, you know, I walked into the room as one person and she saw a first lady. So I didn't know anything about Vonda prior to reading because it was pretty fast. It was literally a Wednesday afternoon. I was 3 hours north of LA, and the audition was the next day. It was less than 24 hours the next day back in Los Angeles. And so I cheated and just sort of read the first 3 scenes and then skipped to the other character to get that person's through line. So, but it was a tremendous honor to play her and to bring some humanity to a profession in our community that's often, I feel like, stereotyped in films and television. And I had the great pleasure of working opposite A. Russell Andrews, who I think is brilliant and should be famous, but you know, somebody is not seeing that. And he brought great warmth and humanity to the role of Pastor Hines, and I don't think we often see people of faith struggle with faith. So that was definitely a point of, let's see what that is.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So what upcoming projects do you have going on? I know you're busy.
I'm trying to stay busy. I just wrapped 6 years on a series called Justified on FX, where I played U.S. Marshal Rachel Brooks. And then this happened. After I did this, I came back to Los Angeles and shot a independent called Odious, which tackles the issue of sex trafficking with young boys in Southern California. And then there's another project that I'm working on that I can't really talk about. You know how they make you sign all the NDAs, but that's something, and I'll just say I play a Haitian voodoo queen in that. Yeah. So it's a marshal, the pastor's wife, and now this is completely different, and I'll get into that when I get back to LA. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mr. Thomas, tell me about your character in the movie Runaway.
My character's name is Raphael Bowers. He's an NFL star, and he falls in love with the socialite, and starts off as just a set-up relationship between a publicist, and then she ends up leaving, and he doesn't know why, doesn't know where. So he finds out where she goes. He shows up. She's on this island, and he shows up, and she's literally treating him pretty bad. But he's in love with her. He's infatuated with her, and he wants her to be his wife. So throughout the whole movie, he's chasing her. He's trying to get her to understand how much he loves her. He doesn't care about his career. He doesn't care about what people think of him. He just cares about her, and eventually it works. So that's my character. I like first of all, I love the script. I read the script. I was actually working on another project when they sent me the script, and during my downtime, I read the script, and I just loved it. I loved the fact that there were so many different relationships on so many different levels, and I liked the fact that it was a roller coaster of emotions. I like those kind of movies that keeps you going up and down, and I like the fact that they had a great cast. Anytime you can work with Lorraine Toussaint and Aisha Hines and Russell Andrews, Tom Wright, Melanie Liburd. These are great actors, and for me to be able to be next to these people and learn from them and interact with them, it was great for me. It was great for me personally, and great as far as my career.
Tell me what upcoming projects.
Well, Straight Outta Compton comes out in August, and I was cast for that movie, so I'm excited about that project. Right now, I'm currently working on a couple of different indie projects. One's called Getting Even. It's a romantic comedy. We start shooting in September. I have some projects that are coming out next year. I can't really say, but they'll be out next year. So I'm excited. There's a lot of things happening right now. So yeah, I'm trying to stay busy. And things are good. I'm from Virginia, so I had to move to LA. I had to make that West Coast move, but I made it, and it's been paying off.
You went to East Coast.
Yeah, I'm East Coast all day. Yeah, I'm from Virginia, so LA was a little bit of a stretch, but I'm a chameleon, so I can adapt to anything. So that's good.
What's up? Well, congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I heard you directed this film.
Yes, I did.
So what was that like?
I had a great cast, fabulous cast, and we had the strangest weather you can imagine. Most of the movie takes place outside, and we arrived in Alabama at the height of their pre-hurricane season. So it's pretty scary sometimes, actually. Being a northern girl and coming to a place that has signs that says beware of alligators was quite a different thing for me. It wasn't something I had to deal with as a director before. But all in all, it was a fantastic experience. The cast was wonderful, and we had a blast.
What attracted you to this movie?
Well, I didn't know anything about the movie, okay? To be honest with you, I was approached to come in and to direct it. I read the script. I said, okay, there's something here that we can hatch, that we can nurture, that we can make into a film. And from then on, it was about finding the right cast who could turn these words on paper into a feeling from the heart. So that was it.
You have an amazing cast. So I know I'm so excited about you.
Yeah, they're amazing. It's some familiar faces, and then, as I like to say, there's some faces that may be new to you, but that you'll never forget.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
So tell me about some of your upcoming projects.
Well, I'm directing a feature film called Harriet that is a very unusual telling of the story of Harriet Tubman. It's not any story that you think you might have heard. We are starring Lorraine Toussaint as Harriet, and we're fully funded, and we should be shooting in the fall.
Wow, thank you so much. It's really giving us a talk.
Absolutely. If I could just add one thing.
Please add it.
The most important thing that I'm doing right now is that I have started a petition at whitehouse.gov to get Harriet Tubman awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. What I need is 100,000 people to go to Whitehouse, it's WH.gov, okay, and go to the petition section and sign the petition. If we get 100,000 people to sign the petition, Harriet Tubman can finally get the national recognition that she deserves.
Oh, she's so deserving.
She does.
Yes.
So that is my biggest push right now, is to get that medal for Harriet, the Presidential Medal of Freedom for Harriet Tubman.